What's shakin'? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan. Today, we're going all in. Hey, today I am actually recording this episode on Father's Day. So you're probably listening to this on the Tuesday after, because that's when this one is published. And I'm excited to talk with all parents today. I'm recording this today because I was just out to lunch with my kids and we're talking about a bunch of things, and I start thinking about this because my kids are also turning, my twins anyways, are also turning 16 here in just a couple weeks, end of June 2023. And I am overwhelmed with the amount of comments, and I've received this like for the longest time too, and this is what I want to talk about today, is about the conception or misconception or the perception that, you know, oh, once kids get to being teenagers, look out. You know, oh my God, they're going to be 16. How do you handle that? And I've been hearing these things for years and years and years. I mean, even a client of mine, I remember 10 years ago, you know, so my oldest, my twins would have been 6 and my youngest 3 at that point. And thinking about the comments that I would hear, because he had teenagers that were just, he's like, oh, wait till they get to be teenagers. They don't want nothing to do with you. He was like, oh, it was great. You know, my daughter was 5, 6, 7 years old, 10 years old. Now that she's 13, she wants nothing to do with me. And I've heard these things throughout the past decade or so of my life, because it's always great that people want to instill this amazing wisdom. And I'm saying that sarcastically. I hope you pick up on that. Instill this amazing wisdom that they've had about raising their kids, where they've gone through these periods of like distance from their kids. And I get the point that kids are expressing their independence, because mine do too, right? And there's points where they're like, you know, I just want to go hang out with my friends. Mine do too. And that's awesome. But at the same time, I also receive, it's like, Dad, can we just hang out with you tonight? Mom, can we just hang out with you tonight? And that has never wavered over the past whatever. And but it also comes down to this statement that I hear. It's like, oh, don't you wish they were still 5 years old? You know, things were so much easier. I'm like, no, I don't. I enjoyed my kids at that age, and I also enjoy them at this stage too. All of the ages that they have ever been has been a period of time, a season that I have thoroughly enjoyed. They're like, oh my God, they're going to be driving. I'm like, great, that's awesome. And it's not even just so much that they can take themselves places. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a nice benefit of this, that I don't have to, you know, take them places as often, you know, and make scheduling a lot easier, but that's about it, because even right now, I don't mind doing it. I actually like doing it because I encourage them to go out and have fun and try different things and get together with friends whenever they want to. And I have no issues. I will always be like, yeah, sure, you need a ride. I might ask, you know, hey, which I just did a couple nights ago with my daughter. It's like, is one of your friends going? If we drive there, is it possible for you to get a ride home? You know, so it makes sense with all of these things. And I am not pushing them out the door. And at the same time, I am not keeping them in. I am encouraging their own independence at the same time as maintaining and growing the relationship with them as their father. I've done that the entire length of their lives. And it's not like I'm the best parent in the world. I think I'm a pretty good dad and I've got some great ideas, but to me, it's just like common sense. And I've talked about this before. It's like the reason why I believe why the relationship still exists the way that it does with my kids, and they actually want to spend time with me. They actually want to spend time with me, even throughout their teenage years, is because of this one word I've used over and over and over again called proximity. It's like always when they're young, keeping them around you. Those years, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if they're 2 years old or 12 years old. The intention is still the same. To spend time with them and grow a relationship, no matter what events is circling around you. Even if you have work that you have responsibilities to, even if you have, I don't know, something that takes you away from them as a hobby, or maybe you play softball as a dad, right? With a club that's local in your town, or maybe you're involved in a church board or something like that, and you have these commitments outside of your family and outside of work that give you purpose and give you fulfillment in life. There's no reason to think, no matter what's going on in work, any kind of travel, any kind of commitments that you have will take you away from that relationship with your kids, whether they're 2 years old, 5 years old, 12 years old, 16 years old. Because as long as your time is intentional in every single area of your life, you're going to be able to maintain those relationships with your kids. No joke. And then now, as my twins are becoming 16, I'm thinking, this is phenomenal. I am so super pumped for them because it's another phase of their life that they're going to be growing. It's new experiences for them. I'm excited to watch them go through this new phase of life. I want them to. I desire them to. Will I look at them as I have in the past and try to hold back tears? Of course I will. But it's not holding back tears of thinking, man, I wish they were still 10 years younger than what they are. It's holding back tears of being like, I'm enjoying being a part of their life at every single stage. This is also how I know that when they're 35, right, we're still going to have these amazing times. We're still going to have the times of, hey, can we go out to lunch today? Hey, Dad, can we go out to dinner today? Hey, can we just hang out for a little while? Can we watch a movie together? Can we sit on the couch, order some pizza, and watch a movie together? Hey, Dad, I got my kids around. You know what? Would you mind coming over and hanging out? As a father, as a mother, whatever, this would have been a great Mother's Day episode, too, for all the moms out there. Maintain those relationships because that starts when they're young, right? And as long as you have the intentional time with them, there's nothing around you, nothing in life that's going to go on. You can continuously go after your own dreams and everything you want to do while at the same time maintaining and even growing your relationship with your kids. The only reason, and this is one thing, I've got an interesting relationship with church over the last 2 decades of my life, 3 decades of my life. But there's one, with all the stuff that I disagree with in the modern church and the non-denominational church, is one thing that I still remember that a youth pastor said when I was just like a leader in the youth group, or maybe I was even a part of it. I don't know, but I was in my teenage years. And I remember him saying this, which I believe is true. He's like, parents come to me when their kids are like 13, 14, 15 years old and like, here, can you fix my kid? And the answer is like, well, do you have a time machine? Because you're bringing them to me when you have neglected the relationship with them for the past 10 years. I can't go back and fix that relationship. That's actually your responsibility, is to repair that relationship, to build it. And it's going to take work. It's like parents are abdicating the responsibility for their teenagers, for their kids, and saying, here, can you fix it? And whether that's a therapist or anything else, it's like the maintaining of that relationship. And the parent has been distant, or the parent has been dismissive of their kids and their needs for the young years of their life. Of course, when they're teenagers, they're going to be like, peace out, yo, I'm gone. Of course, that's going to be the case. This youth pastor had the right idea, being like, you're bringing them to me now to quote unquote fix them. How about we start with you, parents? We got to fix you first. I'm going to hit you hard with this today, because if you have young kids right now, if you have young kids, or you will have young kids coming up in the future, in the next 10 years, or even at any point in your life, bear this in mind. The relationship that you establish with them in the young years is what their relationship is going to be with you in their teenage years. As long as you build and grow and put that intentionality into your relationship with them, no matter how much time you are able to spend with them, as long as that intentionality and that energy of closeness and support is with them from you, from their young years, you will enjoy them when they are teenagers. And you will love every season of their life. You won't want to go back to when they're 3 and 4 years old. You'll remember those times and you'll cherish those times. But you won't want to take a time machine or put them back in that place, because you've had that relationship for all those years, and now you're enjoying every single stage of their life as they continue to grow, and you are right there with them to observe all the amazing things that they're doing and all the amazing things that they are becoming.